What's going on, guys? We got a good one for you today. Very polarizing, very dividing topic. A lot of people say yes, a lot of people say no. Is college worth it still? I mean, you hear all these people saying they got the degrees, that they're, still waiting tables, that kind of thing. We'll do a deep dive into real world, real life examples, and then we'll get a consensus on if it's worth it or not. Here we go. Thanks for watching.
I'm about to be how old my mom was when she first started having kids. They already had purchased 7 acres of land. We're in the process of building their own home, and I can't even afford gas. I can barely even afford my fucking rent. The idea of buying a house one day is just so abstract to me and just unattainable. And the fact that I went to college, I did all the right things, and I'm no better off at all. Honestly, I think I'm a little bit. We all are a little worse off because 20 years ago, our dollar went a hell of a lot farther than it does now. Was college even fucking worth it?
Yeah, so you have this this girl here. She's facing the realities of life. I mean, college, no college, it's expensive, right? If you haven't seen my videos yet on inflation, I'll leave a playlist up here. But no matter what, college, no college is expensive. But I understand her frustration. Now let's look at a different perspective here. See what this lady has to say.
This is not me trying to sound rude, but the reality for most of you guys is you're gonna get a college degree and you're still gonna be broke. That's a scary reality for most of you guys, but mainstream media doesn't want to talk about it. Today in my accounting class, we were learning about taxes and how 1/3 will be going to the government. Meaning, good for you, straight out of college, you get a job that pays $75,000, immediately forget about $25,000 of that because that's going to Uncle Sam, you're down to $50,000. After $50,000, most of you guys can't afford a house because you just are not going to get approved for it, so you're going to have to rent. So you have to think about rent, your car note, health insurance, you have to think about your crippling student loan. That's literally the reason why most people can't even put food on their tables, because the monthly payments and the installments are just so high and the interest rate is just completely horrible. And then you have to think about putting food on the table, and right now you just can't afford kids or a house. I want most of you guys to understand that some of the degrees, especially that you guys are getting in history, English, communication, I'm sorry to say it's not going to put food on the table, and I want you to be very, very aware of that. Unless you're getting one of those degrees to go to law school or even medical school, so at least you have a chance of surviving in this economy, I'm so sorry, you're going to have to think of an alternative.
Well, she has her point's kind of the same. Hey, you're going to go to college for a high-paying job, you're going to get paid $75,000, $25,000 is going to taxes. But that's true for any job, right? I mean, you want a higher paying job, I would think, with the opportunity of going to college. Is that true, yes or no? Leave me a comment. What do you think? Let's listen to the two sides here. So there's two sides, right? Pro or con. Let's listen to what this guy has to say here.
Do you think it's a waste of time to even go to college? Or
college is there's two sides to it. If you want, I have 2 children, right? Okay, and a step as well, right? If you want to be professional, doctor, a lawyer, or something else, like my daughter's a psychologist, right? Where a license is required. And I think, of course, you should go to college and go down the path and do whatever courses you got to take to get licensed. And there you want to be an accountant, a lawyer, right? That's one thing, right? If you have no entrepreneurial side to you and you want to go and get an MBA or something, well, you can do that. But if you're someone else that is going to do either into the trades, or you want to be an entrepreneur, music, like my son's a musician in music, right? I don't think there's any reason to go to college. I think college is a complete waste of time with ridiculously, pumped up tuitions that are just asinine, if you ask me. So I would never recommend someone to go to college unless they want to choose that path. For my daughter, it made sense. For my son, it didn't.
All right, so there you have this guy here. He's got a daughter and a son. One went to college, one didn't. One was a professional, one wasn't. It depends on what you want to do. That completely makes sense to me. Now, he's like, if you want to be a professional, you might want to do that. Now, let's talk to a professional. Here is a pharmacist who thinks that it's not worth it either, who's not going to recommend it to her kids. Let's. This is a good one. Let's take a look here.
I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I have to say, honestly, I'm not going to encourage my kids to go to college. Are you? I just don't think it's worth it. I went to college for 6 years. I'm a pharmacist, so technically for me, I guess on paper it was worth it because I have a good paying job, but I also have a lot of student loan debt that I'm still paying off. And I was lucky. My education cost $250,000. And my parents were able to pay for like half of that. So I got really lucky. When I graduated, I had like $125,000 in student loans that I had to pay back. I have classmates who had to put the entire education on loans. I can't even fathom how they're doing, honestly. I remember when I got my first student loan check or student loan bill in the mail. I had been out of pharmacy school like 6 months or something, I think is when it started. It was $1,500 a month. $1,500 a month just for student loans. I still needed a place to live and a car to drive and food to eat, right? So I ended up financing it for like a longer term. I think that was like a 10 or 20 year repayment. I don't know what it was, but I ended up lengthening the term to get the payments down so I could actually afford to live. And I'm still paying them off. And I've been out of pharmacy school for 13 years. And I'm stuck. I'm working a job that honestly, most days I loathe. I feel like I've sold myself to the devil every day at work. So yeah, I'm not going to encourage my kids to go to college. Honestly, if they have a specific career path that involves a college degree, like, and they're determined, and that's one thing. Like nursing, you need a college degree to become a nurse. Whatever, like basically the medical field. If you want to work in the medical field, obviously you need a college degree, and you know you're going to get a job. It's a pretty much guaranteed job placement if you have a medical degree. But you aren't getting the art history degree. You're not going to get some like my ex-husband has a political science degree, but he never did anything with it. If it's different if you want to like go into a specific field and you've got this plan but most people are just going to college because you're expected to go to college, and then you have to pay back those loans. You're working a retail job now, paying back student loans, and for what? So you got to party for 4 years at college and have the college experience? It's not worth it. I would sooner encourage my kids to go into a trade school, become an electrician or a plumber. You'll make so much more money doing that than even being like a teacher, for crying out loud. College largely is a scam. I feel like most of what our society has set up for us is a scam. Honestly, I'm getting more and more cynical by the day. But I'm now stuck working a job I pretty much hate. Because, like, they got me. I owe too much. I got to keep doing it. There's no other job where I could make enough to live and still pay back my student loans. But when you're 17, 18, whatever, you see the dollar sign of what you're going to make. Like, as a pharmacist, yeah, you make good money. But shit, that college is expensive. And I got lucky. I did it in 6 years. Because it's a doctorate program. You have to get your doctorate to be a pharmacist. And I was lucky. I was in a program where as long as I kept my grades up, I could do it in 6 years. But there were a lot of pharmacists who went to school for 8 years. I can't even imagine what those student loans look like. So anyway, I'm just saying college is overrated, and I'm not sending my kids unless they absolutely want to go. How about you?
Now, that's an interesting perspective from a professional, right? She's a pharmacist. She's been through college. She says that, hey, it's not worth it. If her kids want to do it, then she'll do it. You know, if they want to do something specific, but just generally going to college just to go to college, no. Leave me a comment. Have you been to college? Is your degree working for you? What's your degree in? I mean, talk to me. Tell me what are your thoughts on this? College is worth it? Put that in the comment. Or college is not worth it? Put that in the comment too. Tell me what your degree is, and are you using it? That's pretty freaking interesting, right? Here's a guy saying it's kind of making fun of college also. If you go to college, you'll work for this guy. Let's see what he has to say.
Here's why you should go to college. Number one, you'll make a perfect employee for me to hire once you get out of college. But hey, don't forget, you gotta have experience, even though you're coming right out of college though. So this is something that you should look forward to, working for somebody for the rest of your life, being a great employee, building somebody else's dream like mine, and helping me make all the money in the world. Number two, you're gonna get a lot of debt that you can have a goal to pay off for the rest of your life. Student loans are back on. You can pay this off for the next 10 or 15 years. Isn't that exciting? Guys, times have changed. College is no longer the best option for you as a man. I believe in mentors. A lot of your professors, your business professor doesn't have a business, never ran a business. What is he teaching you about business? You need to focus on learning things from people who already know and have the information in the life that you want to live.
Yeah, he's big on entrepreneurship and seeking out mentors and, you know, professional consultants, that kind of thing, which is good for some people, I think. If you're an entrepreneur type type mindset. But if you're, want to go to school, you go to college, that's your path too. So this guy here will give a good perspective on the problem with college also. We've got a lot of opinions going on here. Tell me yours.
Here's the problem with college. Everybody tells you when you're growing up, if you don't go to college, you'll never amount to anything. I lived in Boston for years, one of the most overeducated cities on earth. When I worked at the Boston Harbor Hotel, we had security guards that had master's degrees from badass colleges in Boston. The problem is they don't know what they want to do with their life.
That's right.
The biggest question in life is, who am I? And what gets me so excited that I jump out of bed every day and I can't wait to go to work? When you figure that out, college, no college, or whatever.
Either way, if you go to college, it's not going to hurt you to find a guy that's going to hold your hand.
You can go to college, get a degree in finance, which I think everybody should do, be honest with you.
To learn finance. Not necessarily go to college,
Yeah,
but to learn finance.
And lawyers. Driving force of the business, finance and lawyers. So I'm surrounded by all of them.
Finance and lawyers, that's why you should go to college. But seriously, I know a lot of finance guys, accountant guys, they're making some good money. Obviously lawyers, they'll always make good money, right? So if you want to be a lawyer, knock yourself out, depending on what kind, of course, not knocking lawyers or anything, but yeah. But if you want to be one, knock yourself out. But he's got a good point. Now people are kind of frowning on the college thing. It's kind of weird, but so here's a lady that's saying it's not as worth it as it used to be. So let's take a look at her perspective. And she's saying that traditional college degrees are useless. I don't know about that, but let's hear her out.
I don't think college is as worth it as it used to be. If I were looking at going to school right now or getting an education, I would choose not to go. Getting into that much debt for an education that isn't even going to put you ahead of other applicants for entry-level jobs just isn't worth it to me. I think a lot of Gen Z are starting to catch on to that. Starting over now, I would be looking into either community college, online courses, or just self-education. Paying for traditional college education doesn't give you the value that it used to. You can self-educate and start your own business for little to no debt. If you can afford to go to college and pay $100,000 to go to school, I absolutely would. The problem is that there's just no guarantee you're going to get a job right out of college, and a lot of people are unemployed for like a year after they graduate. And that's just not the way that it should be. Self-education, online courses, investing, figuring out how to use your money wisely is the better move. I think four-year colleges are going out of style. There are so many better ways to use our money, and college is not one of them.
I agree, there are a lot of ways to make money, a lot of things to do out there. Trade school is one of them. I'm torn now. I've got two kids too. They're both going to college, right? Neither one of them have like a entrepreneurial mindset or anything. They just, the traditional thing, I'm going to go to school, get a job, get good grades, that kind of thing, which is fine too. But when they get out, will it be worth it? We'll have to see. But let's look at what this guy has to say here. It depends on if you have a plan or not. Let's see.
People always ask, like, should I go to college? And my answer is it depends. If you have no plan and no desire and no want, go to college. Go get a degree and work a corporate job. But if you have a drive to go and do something, you have a business plan and you've taken action and you've tried to start a business and tried to make money, then do that. If you don't want to go to college, have a plan and act on that plan, and inevitably it's going to work. It's never a matter if something's going to happen. It's only a matter of when something's going to happen if you take the right actions.
So that guy kind of has the same mindset as what I was thinking about. Is like, dude, if you've got no plan in life, if you're not entrepreneurial mindset, if you don't have an entrepreneurial mindset, or if you don't have a plan, I'm going to trade school or doing like this, and if you're still kind of like, I don't know in life, which is fine, right? Then college is probably a good way to find out what you want to do. Maybe not. Tell me if in the comments it's worth it, it's not worth it. I'm crazy, but in this one here, this is a good one. Why college is worthless, as a matter of fact, not even worth anything. Let's take a look.
Well, I think four-year college degrees are going extinct because people realize you don't need one now to be successful. They brought us up in the past thinking that we had to have a college degree to get a job in the workplace. Nowadays, you don't need anything but the internet and some relationships. Not only that, if you look at the professors and the classes that are offered, a lot of them teach you very little about what's actually happening. They're usually behind the times. You know, you go out and take a business class right now, 9 times out of 10, that's not actual information that you're going to need to be successful. The best way to learn is by doing. Okay, go out and make some mistakes, get some experience, you know, read books, hire mentors, hire coaches, hire people that have already achieved what it is you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, that guy was kind of saying the same thing as the other guy. Hey, you know, get some mentors, hire them. They're expensive too. I don't think it's as expensive as college degree, but you know, I've hired a couple mentors and stuff like that. Some of them were worth it, some of them wasn't. But he's saying that there's other ways besides a college degree, which is true. I do not have a college degree. My wife does not have a college degree, and we're doing okay, right? But there's a lot of people who dropped out of college, don't have a college degree, that are mega millionaires. And this lady here, she will talk about those people here and say, this is a good one right here. Stay tuned.
College ain't for everybody. And I say that even though I spent 11 years in college to get all these degrees, success comes in so many different flavors. So I made a list of some very successful people that didn't go to college, but still made at least $100 million, according to Forbes. Now, college ain't for everybody, but if you're like these people and you got that entrepreneurial spirit, you persistent, you passionate when it comes to your craft, these are the type of attributes that are worth millions, if not billions, and you don't even have to go to college to get them.
Now, let's level set here. Those are serious outliers, right? Those guys, the Zuckerbergs, the Musks, whoever, you know, Bill Gates. Yes, they did incredible things. She said 6 people amongst the whole 8 billion people in the world, right? They are successful billionaires that didn't go to college, but amongst the standard statistical people, right? I would want to see, and we'll look at that here too. So stay tuned. We're about to see here in a little bit college versus non-college, how much people in America generally make, a comparison between them. That's going to be very interesting. But let's listen to this lady here. She's got the kind of different mindset here than what most people are saying. Why college is still valuable. Of course, we got to, you know, show the other side, right? Why college is still valuable. Let's listen to what she has to say.
What's up, hotties? I wanted to talk to you today about college because I was just listening to this podcast and this guy was saying that he doesn't feel like it's necessary to save for his children's education because he doesn't want them to like party on his dime. And also all the people that went to college that he knows don't even have jobs in the things that they study for. But this is why college is important and still valuable to you. So I think part of the thing is we have to stop selling college as this way to like get a job and have a career, because the truth is, no, it's not the pathway to a career. It's not the only way that you can figure out how to make money in your life. But there are still really important reasons why going to college, going to get an education can prove to be one of the most valuable things that you do in your life. So one of those things is exposure. Going into college after high school, you're exposed to people, places, things, materials, knowledge that you may not otherwise get if you went straight into the workforce after high school. You may come across some different things that you didn't ever experience when you're working with coworkers and things like that. But in college, it is so much more nuanced and so much more fulfilling because it's just a group of people that are all there to seek out something new. Another reason it's really important to go to college, truthfully, is because it gives you an opportunity to stay a kid for a little while longer. Even if you have to work and do things like that while you're in school, there is still a little bit of expectation that people don't have of you because they think of you as a college-going kid. So you still get a little bit of innocence. You have forever to be an adult. You don't have forever to be a kid. College elongates that moment. Another one of the reasons is because it teaches you how to have patience and learn how to wait for things. Knowing that you have to spend 4 to 5 years in college in order to get this degree, you have to take this process to do something is really valuable right now, especially because we live in a society where things are very instantaneous. And it's kind of like this microwavable culture, as they like to call it. So still having the, need to sit and wait for 4 to 5 years to get something teaches you what it means to build and to understand that success doesn't happen overnight. So I understand that some people think that college is like archaic and old and a waste of time. But to me, I think it's still pretty valuable. Plus, college was like the best time of my life. Who doesn't want to do that?
All right, so there's some pros about going to college. Tell me if any of those to you are worth it, right? Being the kid part, not having the stress. Let me know if anything she said appealed to you. Now, the real reason people go to college, well, I think, this is my opinion, I think the main reason that people go to college is for the ability to get higher paying jobs. I mean, that's the whole goal, right? Educate yourself, get higher paying job than most people that don't go to college, right? And all these other people are saying, hey man, I didn't go to college and I'm still, whatever, or I did go to college and I'm still broke. I didn't, or I did go to college. Everybody's broke, right? And if you haven't seen my video yet on everybody's broke, I'll leave that link up there too. But saying that as a side, let's dive deep into real numbers, right? Not just a few TikTok people, saying their opinions. Let's look at, we'll look at this one sheet here real quick. Let's look at these numbers here real quick from this guy, and then we'll talk some more. Yeah, here we go. So, median net worth, no high school diploma, okay. College still has a big ROI. For those who say college isn't worth it, the median net worth, no high school diploma, 38.1. High school diploma, 106,000. Some college, 136.5. And a college degree, 464. That is the median net worth of what? A year, a lifetime? That doesn't really say. But let's look at some real numbers here. All right, so let's look at the, this is from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, current population survey. Okay, this is the earnings and unemployment rate by educational attainment in 2023. Okay, so last year, median usual weekly earnings. So how much people are making in a week? Okay, the average, right? And on this side over here is the unemployment rate. So if you've got a doctorate degree, your median salary is $2,100 a week. You're bringing in $2,100 a week, which is what? 2,100. $2,109 times 52. So 109,668. So 110,000 if you've got a doctorate degree, okay? Professional degree, 2206 a week. Master's degree, 1737. Bachelor's degree, let's look at bachelor's degree. Someone with a college degree, we usually say bachelor's degree, right? 1493 times 52. So about $77,000 a year, okay, for a bachelor's degree. All workers the median is 1170. So a high school diploma, okay, so remember bachelor's degree 77, high school diploma 899 times 52, 46.7. So 77, 47, talking about $30,000 less per year. So we're talking $30,000, right? 47 to 77. 40, 50, 66. Yeah, $30,000 per year less if you have a high school degree compared to a bachelor's degree. This is data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So I know you might not believe this, whatever, but this is the only aggregated data that we have to show. Okay, so you're going to average out tons more money, a lot more money, if you have a college degree. Now this is the real data, not people just complaining and moaning and stuff. I know that it's legit, complaining and moaning, but this is real data, right? And the unemployment rate over here, the unemployment rate is 1.6 if you got a doctorate. The total is 3% unemployment. Associate's degree, bachelor's degree is 2.2% compared to a high school diploma, 3.9. So quite a bit more unemployment in high school diploma than bachelor's degree, right? 3.9 minus 2.2 is what, 1.7, something like that. It's quite a bit of a difference there. So that right there, pretty much for an aggregate of America, right? You can see clearly that as an aggregate, right? As just everyone together, right? Then a person with a bachelor's degree and more education usually makes more in general, right? I'm talking about in general, right? This is general. You can say, oh, this guy here, he never went to college and he was making billions. Like we said, this is in general population, right? This is general. But of course there's outliers, right? Bill Gates, these guys here, this right here gives you a pretty good snapshot of what it is. Here's another one, and I'll leave that link in the description below so you can look at this. And here's another interesting site. I'll leave this link in here. This is from the APLU, the Association of Public Land Grants Universities. Okay, so this is a legit site as well, right? How does a college degree improve graduates' employment and earning potential? Okay, key takeaways. College graduates are half as likely to be unemployed as their peers who only have high school degrees. So, like we said before, you're half as likely to be unemployed. So inversely, what that means is you have a higher chance of getting a job, right? To me, that's what that sounds. If you do have a college degree, okay? Second one, typical earnings for bachelor degree holders are $40,500 or 86% higher than those whose highest degree is high school diploma. So they're making 40,000 more. What did we say? 33,000, 30,000, whatever. These guys are saying 40,000 more or 86% higher. So if you got a college degree, you're making 86%. Let's just say you're making almost double, right, as someone that's not. I mean, that's pretty compelling, I would think, right? College graduates on average make $1.2 million more over their lifetime. I know. At the very beginning, you heard everybody complaining and stuff, but in real numbers, in general, type of census form, this is the true facts of what we're looking at. So, let's see what else we got. Annual median earnings for workers aged 22 to 27. So young people, right? Young people, high school degree holders, 36,000, right? Which is tough to live on, right? I mean, that's tough. The bachelor's degree holders, 60,000. So, like I said, almost double, right? That's almost double what you're making between 22 and 27 years old. Now, that's a huge difference, right? Okay. Like I said, I'll leave a link here. This is a legit website if you believe in legit websites. I don't know. Let's see here. Bachelor degree holders are 47% more likely to have health insurance through their jobs than those holding high school degrees. So 50% more likely to have health insurance, which is very important, right? Health insurance. And then 74% employers contribute to the health coverage. Okay, return on investment. Here's the thing, return on investment. Okay, lifetime earnings by the level of education. Okay, high school diploma, 1.6 million this lifetime. Okay, some college, associate's degree, bachelor's degree, 2.8 million, so double, like we said. All these numbers are confirming pretty much double. You're gonna make double if you get a high school diploma. You're gonna get, so the average is double. Weathering economic downturns, the jobless rate at the peak of the Great Recession. So all workers, it was 9.6. Young bachelor degrees holders, young bachelor's degree holders, 6.8. And then all bachelors. So bachelor, someone with a bachelor's, 5%. Someone with high school degree, 15.7. That's quite a bit of unemployment, right? So anyway, there you have it there. So anyway, there you have it. I think the hard numbers speak for themselves. A lot of people have differing opinions. Please leave a comment on what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. I'll show some thoughts in the next video. I think I'll start incorporating, the comment section like a lot of other people do. But leave me a comment. Is it worth it for you? Are you a college graduate? Are you making more than a college graduate? Are you making less? Do you wish you went to college and you didn't? Or do you wish you didn't go to college and you did? Please leave me a comment. It's very interesting. This is a great talk. Really, really like this kind of conversation. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this and share this with somebody who's interested in this kind of content. Definitely hit that bell notification to get notified of all these videos. And check out my links if you're entrepreneurial type. If you have an entrepreneurial type mindset, I've got some links on how you can start business and in 5 days and just go straight to it. Some kind of good side hustles and that kind of thing. So check out my links below. And as always, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all watching. Love your comments, negative comments as well, positive comments as well. Just tell me what you guys think. And as always, I wish you much success in your finances and in life. Peace out.